Well, they won't say, but I think it's about Meg Morris leaving. Smith's waiting to talk to you. How is it?
Quiet as a grave. Leave them there, I say. They'll soon get fed up and hungry.
Well, I better go and see what it's all about. Oh, is Mrs. Morris on duty?
Yeah, she just came in.
Excuse me, Governor. The parole board would like to speak with you.
Very well. I'll take it to my office.
Oh, hello, Mr. Nicholson.
Hello, Judy.
Oh, haven't forgotten to report to you, have I?
No.
I mean, I've been so busy lately, I don't even know what day it is.
No, it's nothing like that. Wouldn't worry me if you were a day too late. I know you wouldn't miss a report intentionally.
No. Well, I've had a terrific day today. My sister Frances dropped the charges. She's on her way back to the States. Then Mrs. Davidson has offered
listen,
me...
Judy, about the court case. I told you I'd hold back the report until we knew what was happening.
Yeah, I know, and I really appreciate that.
Well, I'm afraid a copy of the police report went through to the board.
But the charges were dropped.
I'm afraid that doesn't make any difference. An assault charge was made against you. The second since you got your parole. The board want to see you tomorrow morning to show cause why your parole license shouldn't be revoked.
Oh, God.
B? Now, what's going on here? What's all this about a strike?
We're staying right where we are until we get what we want.
Well, what's that?
You, of course, Mrs. M.
Me?
I told you wouldn't take this lying down.
I'm very flattered, but I can't withdraw my resignation.
That's not the whole story, though, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, dear Miss Ferguson reckons you would have got the bullet anyway if you hadn't left of your own accord.
Is that what she told you?
Is it true, Mrs. Morris?
It's possible.
It's bloody criminal, that's what it is. Why do they want to sack you?
I can't discuss it with you, B.
Oh, come on, Mrs. Morris. We're sticking our necks out for you.
Well, I'm not asking you to. But I am telling you, go back to work before all this gets out of hand.
No way. It's bad enough when they push us around, but when they start pushing a decent screw like you around, it's time to draw the line.
Yeah, that's right.
And that line has just been well and truly drawn.
Yes, Ted. Certainly. I'll ring you back. Goodbye. Ted Douglas. Obviously, he doesn't know anything about the strike, or I wouldn't have heard the end of it.
Oh, no, I didn't want to notify anyone until I'd spoken to you.
Good. Erica Davidson?
Oh, hello, Mrs. Davidson. It's Judy Bryant. Listen, my parole officer just came to see me. I gotta face the board tomorrow. They might revoke my license.
Yes, Judy, I know. The chairman phoned me. They're concerned that you're getting a record of violence. But I wouldn't worry about it if I were you. I explained the situation, and I'm sure they're prepared to listen to your explanation.
Yeah, but this is my future we're talking about.
Yes, but they've asked me to come as a witness, and I'll tell them exactly what I was going to tell the magistrate this morning.
Oh, thanks. But there's still no guarantee, is there?
No.
All right. Thanks again, Mrs. Davidson.
I've just been speaking to the women. I'm afraid I'm the cause of the strike.
Yes, I know, but it's hardly your fault. Will they listen to reason?
They seem very determined.
Well, I'll speak to them.
Well, what are we going to do, Bea? They're just going to keep us here till we all die of starvation.
Are you still on about your stomach? You know it takes approximately 30 to 40 days before you actually snuff it.
Oh, that long? We can't stay cooped up all that time.
No, screws won't let that happen, will they, Bea? Of course not. Anyway, this is a labour strike, not a hunger strike. We will go to the dining room as usual. Even if they herd us off to ourselves afterwards, it doesn't get any work done.
Yeah, but supposing they don't open the gate.
We will cross that bridge when we come to it.
All right.
Hello, what's this?
I understand you have spoken to Mrs. Morris, and she has explained the situation.
Oh, all right, Mrs. Davidson. So the situation has changed since we first decided to go on strike. It was bad enough when we thought Mrs. Morris was being forced out. But now we know that she was only one step ahead of the firing squad, led, of course, by Miss Ferguson.
This has nothing to do with Miss Ferguson. There is nothing more I can do to meet your demands, so I suggest you go back to work or you will be penalised.
Then it's only fair to warn you, Mrs. Davidson. If Mrs. Morris leaves this prison, so does Miss Ferguson, one way or another.
He used to give me roses I wish he could again. But that was on the outside, and things were different then. On the inside, the sun still shines, and the rain falls down. But the sun and rain are prisoners too when morning comes around. Last night I dreamed we were together, sharing all the love we'd known, till I had to face the nightmare of waking up alone. On the inside, the roses grow. They don't mind the stony ground, but the roses here are prisoners too when morning comes around.